Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to talk about gigawatt and home battery terminals. So before starting this video, please click I like it and subscribe to our channel for future updates. The United States and many other countries around the world are investing heavily in solar power as an energy source as part of an effort to shift to renewable energy sources and ditch fossil fuels. In order to accomplish that, there is going to have to be a massive expansion of solar infrastructure that will need to generate lots and lots of energy. According to a recent study published by the United States Department of Energy, it hopes to produce 45% of all electricity via solar power. That will require generating 1,600 gigawatts of power. This raises an important question. What is a gigawatt exactly? As we see an increasing shift towards solar and other renewable energy sources, understanding how this power is measured, generated, and harnessed will be important. So let's take a look at what a gigawatt is, how many gigawatts of power the US is currently generating, and how many it will need to generate in order to achieve its future goals. What is a gigawatt? A gigawatt is a unit of measurement of electrical power. For some context, a gigawatt is equal to 1 billion watts. You're probably more familiar with the measurement of watts in reference to light bulbs. Check around your home and you'll find bulbs in your lamps and lighting fixtures that likely range from 60 to 100 watts. While we sometimes think of this as how bright the bulb gets, it is actually a measurement of how much energy is required to power it. Lumens is how the brightness of a bulb is measured. Solar panels generate watts of electrical power by absorbing sunlight through either photovoltaic panels or mirrors that work to concentrate solar radiation. This energy is then converted into electricity, which can be used to power everything from that light bulb in your lamp to an entire power grid. How much power is 1 gigawatt? So what exactly does 1 gigawatt of power get you? Well, it's a whole heck of a lot of light bulbs, that's for sure. Revisiting those 100-watt bulbs that are around your house, you could power about 10 million of those. Switch to LED lights, which have a much lower energy consumption, and you can power over 100 million of them. You could fully charge more than 9,000 Nissan Leafs, among the most energy-efficient electric cars on the market. For those who are looking for more power, how's this? 1 gigawatt is equivalent to 1.3 million horsepower. Here's a more practical measurement though. 1 gigawatt is enough energy to power about 750,000 homes. How many gigawatts of solar energy are currently generated in the US? Currently, the US generates about 97.2 gigawatts of electricity from solar panels. That is enough to power 18 million American homes, according to the Department of Energy. That is a huge increase from just 1 decade ago, when the country got less than 1 gigawatt of power from this renewable energy source, driven largely by the rapidly declining price of solar panels and improved availability for residential buildings. It is projected that 1 in 7 homes in the US will have solar panels by the year 2030. How many watts does the average home need to be completely powered by solar? The average American home uses 10,715 kilowatt hours per year, which works out to about 29 per day. Since the average solar panel generates between 250 and 400 watts of power, the average home requires between 20 to 25 solar panels. This will vary depending on geographic location, sun exposure, and the energy capacity of the panels. Regardless, solar energy helps to lower electrical costs for most people. You can determine how many panels your home would require by using Knit's guide to how many solar panels you need. How many gigawatts are needed to reach the US goal for 2050? Under the current administration, the United States government has set out a goal of generating 45% of energy through solar power by 2050. That will require 1,600 gigawatts of power and lots of solar panels. Many will end up on houses and property around homes, but the government will also pursue opportunities to establish solar panel farms on land that is considered unsuitable for other purposes. As much as 0.5% of land surface area in the contiguous US would need to be occupied by solar panels in order to meet these goals with the current energy capacity that most panels offer. Solar power is continuing to grow, both for personal use at homes and through government expansion to help power the electrical grid in a clean and sustainable way. In order to shift to renewable energy, generating lots of solar energy will be key. That means you should expect to hear a lot more about gigawatts in the future. The more we are generating, the closer we get to the goal of a sustainable energy future. At some point or other, most car owners will need to learn how to clean battery terminals if they don't already know how. A vehicle won't start without a functioning battery, so it's important to inspect it for signs of battery terminal corrosion about once every 6 months. Car battery corrosion is relatively easy to spot. It appears as a white, green, or blue crust on the battery terminals and terminal connections. We may earn revenue from the products available on this page and participate in affiliate programs. At some point or other, most car owners will need to learn how to clean battery terminals if they don't already know how. The vehicle won't start without a functioning battery, so it's important to inspect it for signs of battery terminal corrosion about once every 6 months. Car battery corrosion is relatively easy to spot. It appears as a white, green, or blue crust on the battery terminals and terminal connections. This battery corrosion buildup is typically created when hydrogen gas is released from sulfuric acid inside the battery, at which point it reacts with gases and moisture in the air to produce a corrosive film or crust on the battery terminals. If battery corrosion isn't cleaned, it can reduce the electrical efficiency of the battery post-terminals connection to the vehicle. Severe battery corrosion can even cause electricity from the battery to take a different path than intended, leading to a transient current flow carrying electricity back to the battery through parts not designed to carry it. Before you begin, testing the battery, charging the battery, and cleaning corrosion on car battery terminals are relatively straightforward maintenance tasks, but it's still important to keep in mind that batteries can be dangerous. The most obvious risk that a corroded battery poses is accidental electrocution. When removing the battery cable ends, make sure to remove the negative clamp before the positive clamp. When you reconnect the cables, connect the positive clamp before the negative clamp. Car batteries contain sulfuric acid, a chemical that can cause serious chemical burns if it comes in contact with your skin, which is why it's necessary to wear protective gloves and eyewear when working on or around a corroded car battery. Smoke, sparks, flames, or other ignition sources can also cause a battery to catch fire or explode, so make sure all potential ignition sources are removed from the area before cleaning the battery. Locate the car battery and look for corrosion. The battery is usually easy to spot when you open a vehicle's hood. Look for a large black or gray box with one black and one red plastic or rubber cap. When you find the battery, closely inspect it and the battery terminals for any signs of damage, wear and tear, or corrosion buildup. If there are any significant signs of damage to the battery, like a crack in the body of the battery, then it's recommended to replace the entire car battery. Thanks for watching.